Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today I am building in Oasis Springs again because I am trying to fill in that world. So the last time I did my very first build in this world, and that is right across the street of this one. I do want all the houses to have a similar kind of vibe because I want this neighborhood to have the same feeling. So this is like a very modern, contemporary little neighborhood, and another neighborhood in this world I'm going to make more traditional. So for this build, this is going to be a 2-bedroom small modern family house. So there is going to be a toddler bedroom because toddlers just came out yesterday, so I really needed to implement a toddler room. Oh my gosh, usually I always do a children's bedroom, but this time I did not. You can always change the bedroom when your toddler ages up into a child's bedroom, but for this build only a toddler bedroom. So I did test everything out, everything's functional, and I don't think I have forgotten anything a toddler needs, but we will see that when we are going to furnish the house. So I really like the shape. It's a little bit, I don't know, it's very square but still very interesting, and I really like the little shaded areas that I make in the porches there. So yeah, overall I'm very happy with this build. So I went with the same kind of colors as the house across the street. I'm not using any red in this house, just whites and some wood colors and some gray. That's for the outside. For the inside, I do try and furnish it more with a brownish color and some pops of color here and there. I really don't know. I didn't have a kind of theme that I was going for. I just really furnished this how I really like to see the houses. So yeah, that's basically what I'm going to do for this build. So what I absolutely like about this house is that you have the front porch, and then you have a little section that you can go to the side. You see that here on the right side of the screen. I really love that section, so you can walk to the backyard. Oh my gosh, how do you say that correctly? So you can go to the backyard through that little area there. I just really liked the idea. So it's not a fully enclosed how do you say that? Garden. So the garden is enclosed, but there's no gate, so everyone can come in. So if you have like a welcome wagon, which I absolutely hate, you cannot stop them from entering your garden. So if you hate those type of things, you can put in a gate. So yeah, here I do change a little bit from nighttime to daytime, because when you go to nighttime, you can see the actual colors of the house, and in daytime everything looks a little bit more on the yellow side. And I wanted the colors of the outside of the house to look nice, even if you like put this in how do you say it, in Willow Creek, because in Willow Creek the colors of the world are very different, and that's why I'm checking if the colors are still nice in another lighting. So I wanted to have a pool for this house, but the backyard was too small and I really wanted a little play area for my toddler, so no pool for this build. And for the next family house that I'm going to do, I am going to maybe use a bigger lot, maybe a 40 by 30 or a 50 by 40, because now I'm building on a 30 by 20, and that's just too small for a full on family house, because that was what I was planning to do for this build. But yeah, I just choose the lot was just too small. Maybe I should have made this like a 3-story build, but I don't know, I really liked how this looked as a 2-story build. But don't worry, there is going to be a full-on family modern house coming your way very soon. I'm planning on doing like 3 or 4 or 5 bedrooms, multiple bathrooms, children's bedrooms, toddlers bedrooms. So don't worry, we have all the time in the world. I mean, now we have toddlers and we can really enjoy them and relax. And I have to say, I have been playing with my toddlers the entire night yesterday. So they came out here in Belgium time 7 p.m. And I was in my living room. I was very quietly sitting in my living room because my husband was recording a video, and we have a very old house and it's not soundproof, so you hear everything. So I was sitting on my couch just scrolling away on Twitter. I finally found out how Twitter works, by the way, so if you want to follow me there and see some sneak peeks of builds that I'm doing, please go to my Twitter. It's in the description of the video. But anyways, I was checking out my Twitter and then I got a little notification from The Sims, because I am following them on Twitter, with announcement, toddlers here, go update your game or something like that, or they're here. And the first thing I did was I started screaming so loudly that my husband stopped recording and he went downstairs to ask if I saw a mouse or something, because I am terrified of mouse. And the only thing that I could say was toddlers, 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 and he was like, oh my gosh, she's gone crazy. But that's what I was doing when I found out, and I was just over the moon, and I immediately opened up my game so that it could update. So it was a very large update, by the way. It was like 1.9 gigabytes, and I forgot to pull out my mods folder because I was just so excited. So thank God nothing was broken, because usually when there is a very large update, I always want to pull out my mods folder. I know it's not necessary anymore because mods to shut down from themselves. No, not saying that correctly. Mods disable automatically when you download a update, but this time I just really wanted to make sure that nothing went broken, but I forgotten about it because I was so excited. Thankfully nothing went broken, but I did read on the forum that some people did had broken games. So if you are running like scripted mods, those can really break your game when updating, especially such a large update as this one. So if you have scripted mods like MC Command Center and the speed mod, take them out before updating a very large file, or no, updating your game with a very large update. That's what I wanted to say. So yeah, anyways, this is the backyard, and I wanted a toddler play area in the backyard. We have that here. I have a little sand box like I made here. Mine is in a shell shape. It's like it's a shell, so you can open it. One side there is sand, the other side you can put in water. Of course we don't have these type of things in the game yet, so I just made my own little sandbox, put in some toys, and we can imagine that the Sims or the toddlers are playing in a sandbox. But I really like the backyard. I know there's no pool, but that's okay for me because it's so adorable watching my little toddler playing. So I did make a single mom family to live in this house. So her husband died before she gave birth, and she's living here with her daughter. So I am making a girls toddlers room. So the toddlers room isn't overly pink like I usually do a girls bedroom. I really tried to do this different, so it's going to be very fun and over the top, but not pink, but still for a girl. But I think you can use it for a boy as well. The colors that I'm using are very neutral, but still very fun. So I hope that you guys are going to love my toddler bedroom. Of course, first we are going to furnish the downstairs area. I could have gone up, but I don't know. It's like something in my mind. I have a kind of a how do you say that? So I do certain things in certain steps, and when I'm building, I usually always do the outside first, landscaping then the ground floor, and then I go up to the second floor. That's like a little rule in my head, and I cannot do that differently. So yes, started furnishing the kitchen, although I really wanted to do the toddler bedroom, but first the kitchen, and I wanted to do a very funky color like green, but it just looked ridiculous. I don't know. I don't like it. I actually would have loved to go for a red, but we already did red in the house across the street, and I wanted to furnish this a little bit different. So we are going for a beigey brown color. It's looking little bit dull at the moment, but we are going to spice it up with rocks and little items here and there, and it's going to look very nice, very modern and cozy and nice. That is what I was going for. I wanted a very homey feeling, because of course this is a family house. So of course making a fireplace with a chimney. I always love to do that. Sometimes I don't, but that's like rare. Oh my god, it's very rare that I don't make a chimney where the fireplace goes against. Usually in very tiny houses I don't do that. So yeah, here playing around with the living room. I wanted to have it in more of a square shape and not in a long shape, and I didn't know if I wanted to use these couches or maybe the outdoor couches from the other pack, but instead I went with base game couches, the very modern ones. I know I use these ones quite a lot, but those are my favorite couches, and those from Spade are also my favorite ones. So I try to alternate between those two, and sometimes I use the vintage glamour stuff pack couches because I also really like those, but those are really vintage looking, a little bit modern, but not it doesn't fit in everywhere. And for this build I didn't want to use the vintage glamour stuff pack couches. And so here adding in some color to the walls because they were a little bit too white. I do keep some walls white, but other walls I do color. So here I just wanted a detailed wall, and I went with this wood from I think this is from Get Together. We have this on the outside, but then a different color, I think. So I wanted to bring that in to the inside. So here a colorful rock, and I know this does not really combine with that rock there. That's like the rock on the dining room is blue, and in the living room we have a little bit of a pinkish red color, but it's okay. I think it looks nice. I'm not going for overly matchy for the living room and the kitchen, so this for me was fine. And because the rooms are so very far apart of each other, I don't think you even notice that those are like two different colors. So for me this is fine. So the kitchen, I decided to put the stove in the island. I did this in my other build, the Barbie's Modern Mansion, and I really liked how that looked, and that's why I'm doing this again. And now we have a lot of space in that little kitchen area, so you can have you can really cut up things and I don't know, put in some more clutter items like I did with the not really clutter, appliances. I can put in more appliances in the kitchen. Oh my gosh, so sorry if you guys are not following me, but I'm thinking too fast, and then when I think too fast I cannot keep up with my speech. So yeah, here I made, oh my gosh, how do you say that? I made a little section here for your toddler. So my toddler, Lena, I called her Lena, is going to have this little area here where she can really play with her little toys. You can sit here with her, maybe read a book for her. So I just absolutely found it necessary to make a little area where your toddler can absolutely just play and chill. I have this in my house for my daughter Sadie. She has this little corner in the living room. Well, initially it was a corner, now it's the half of my living room, but it started out as a little corner with a table and a tiny small cabinet from IKEA with two oh my gosh, what's the name? With two blocks in there where you can put in stuff. I don't know how to call it, so sorry. But anyway, she had this little corner where she always played in. Of course, when she gotten a little older, she took up more space. She's gotten more presents from her birthdays and Christmas, so she added that all in that little corner. Of course, she could have put that in her bedroom, but to be fair, children usually play in the living room. I don't ever say to my children, go play upstairs, don't make a mess downstairs. I never do that because I love having them downstairs in the living room when I'm usually reading a book, and my youngest daughter Sadie is then playing in her little play area, and my oldest daughter usually is on the computer downstairs. We have a laptop, either playing The Sims, playing Minecraft, or I think Octodad or something like that. And I really like that, so I wanted to implement that a little bit in this build. In the next family build, I am going to try and make multiple little sections, because I am going to add in teen bedrooms and children bedrooms and toddler bedrooms, but we only have a toddler in this house, so I only made a little toddler section. I just love how The Sims really feels more complete. It's not absolutely complete because I'm still missing vampires. Of course, those are coming, and I'm missing my fairies. If we have those two, for me it's complete. I don't need anything else. Maybe some new gameplay that we have never seen before, that would be very nice, but overall this feels for me very I don't know, very nice and fulfilling maybe, and I love playing. Usually I love building more than playing, and I think I love playing more now. So when vampires come, I hope that I still feel like building. But for now, yeah, I really love playing with my little toddlers. And so here started the toddler bedroom, the long-awaited toddler bedroom. So this is the first full-on toddler bedroom that I'm building in The Sims 4. I did do a little refurb of my Barbie house yesterday just for me, and I did place a photo of that on Twitter. But this is the first one that I'm recording for you guys, and like I said, it's not pink. I wanted to use another color than pink, but still make it very fun and something that a girl would sleep in. Of course, a boy can sleep in this as well, because you can see it. It's like a giraffe print. Is that a giraffe? I'm not sure. Or is it a leopard? No, that's not a leopard print. I think it's a giraffe print, but I really like the contrast between that print, the wallpaper, and then the neutral wallpaper that we are using. I just love it. This is something that I absolutely adore. This is nothing that my daughter Sadie would like. I haven't showed her this bedroom because she's going to freak because it's not pink. So I haven't showed her this yet. But this is something that my oldest daughter would definitely love. She never liked pink. Since she was born, she hated pink in her life. So I'm very happy that my youngest daughter does love pink, because pink is my favorite color. So this is a bedroom that my oldest daughter would definitely wanted to have, and she was a toddler. So yeah, I'm overall very happy with the color combination, and I love the wallpaper. I was really waiting for something fun like this. The children's wallpaper are very boring and I didn't like them. Those had like borders in it. I hate wallpapers with borders. It's like so old-fashioned and something that I absolutely would never use in my house. And this is a wallpaper that I would definitely use for the children, maybe even for in my bathroom, because I love funky colored bathroom. My bathroom now is Ariel themed. So Ariel from the Little Mermaid. I have put up some posters and it's all blue. I know it really clashes with my entire living room because that is a white, gray, black, and a little hints of purple. I am implementing purple, don't tell my husband. But yeah, I just really like everything that the update brought us. I'm hoping that we are going to get more stuff, either in a stuff pack or free. Of course, free is always better, but to be fair, if there is going to be a Toddler stuff pack, I would probably buy it. Of course, I buy everything because my husband always gives me gift certificates, but I would love a Toddler stuff pack with a toddler pool. We are definitely in need of a toddler pool, a scent box, of course, that I made downstairs, maybe a rocking horse, or I don't know how to call it, where your toddler can sit in, and yeah, I think it's a rocking horse. I think it's called like that. Either way, my youngest daughter has one like that. And yeah, I'm just so excited with what is coming to the game. I really cannot wait. And yeah, that's basically it. So we are almost at the end of the video, and I just want to keep talking about those toddlers. But yeah, I hope that you guys like my little cozy family house. So now I know it's not a full-on family house that is coming, don't worry, but this is just a little sneak peek of a family house, how I would do it with a toddler in mind. So I hope that you guys really like it. If you do, don't forget to place that like. Of course, that's very important and very appreciated if you guys do that. And if this is the first video that you see from me and you like my babbling and my house, of course, please subscribe so that you never miss a video of mine. So I hope that you guys have a great day wherever you are, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.